Hey guys, Sinzer here, and welcome to another Shadowlands Alpha video. In this video, I just wanted to take a quick look at the current state, which is the very early state of the Windwalker Monk. So the Windwalker Monk is a main that I play on live currently. I've loved the Windwalker Monk ever since they came out, basically, and it plays pretty similar now. Well, in the current state of Alpha, than it plays similar to the way it plays in BFA, just with more things, which I'll go over in a little bit. New baseline skills, slight change in talent, and of course, in Shadowlands, we're going to have the Covenant abilities. We're going to have, crafted legendaries, which we still have no idea what kind of things we're going to have on that, and, the soul binds. So think of basically how the monk plays right now in BFA. The general play style will be pretty much the same, and then on top of that you'll have even more things. Of course, more borrowed power with the covenant abilities and soul binds and legendaries, but still more things to do than in BFA. So this video is only going to go over the current class changes and the talent changes. So uh, the unpruning, the skills, you can see, as you've been seeing now, just the combat. So anybody that's familiar with Monk will know that is pretty much the same. And so with that, I'm going to go ahead and cut to showing the changes. Now let's start with going over the changes. First, I'm going to go over the unpruning and spellbook changes, and then the talent changes. So one of the biggest things is now fortifying brew is baseline instead of it being a PvP talent, and it also was changed to be 15%. Increases your current and maximum health by 15% and reduces damage by 15%. Whereas on live, it's with the as a PvP talent, it's 20%. So, a little bit of change there. Also, Zoo In is now back as baseline, and it's 25. It lasts for 25 seconds, and I believe it's 20 seconds on live as a talent. Um, so those were the two. I think those are the only two, at least for Windwalker Monk, abilities that were just made baseline. But there were a couple other changes. So one is a change overall to AOE. With with Fist of Fury, it'll only hit up to 5 other targets instead of just everybody in the area. So that's a pretty big nerf, I think, to AOE, especially with Spinning Crane Kick. So that will only hit up to 6 enemies total, which is the same. It's 6 because Fist of Fury is the target plus 5, and then this one is just 6 in the area. And I think it also is slightly longer. So that's going to be a pretty big change, in my opinion, to AoE, but we'll have to see as the game goes on. And also, Touch of Death was changed significantly back to the original version of it. So in live, Touch of Death, it still does the damage equal to 35% of your maximum health, but it also makes it like a window cooldown to where all the damage you do within a short amount of time will all get added at the end of the duration of Touch of Death. Now, it'll still do that damage, but it's not that extra window. Now it's just going to instantly kill creatures that are less health than you. And you can only do it when they're under 15% health. And obviously you can't instantly kill a boss, so it's either going to instantly kill them if they're lesser creatures when they have less health than you, or it's just going to do 35% of your max health. So it takes away some of that, I guess, skill, but also annoyance. I still don't know how I feel. I feel like the change is going to be controversial among monk players. And in my opinion, when I first saw it, I kind of didn't like it. And I miss as a monk player, it's always nice. You start off the fight, Touch of Death, you just get all your cooldowns going, and then you just see that big burst of damage at the end. That's always fun. But this does make it easier, and it actually does make the spec feel a little smoother to play, in my opinion. After playing a little bit more, I kind of I've kind of gotten used to it. And I kind of like it, and it's nice to be able to just instantly kill like ads, for instance. So, like overall, I think Touch of Death change is kind of nice, but you know, I'll still miss the big burst of damage. Um, and so that's yeah, that's it for all the skill changes. For the most part, Monk is still going to play just like normal, and I'm not really going to go over the carrying abilities, or I mean the Covenant abilities, until all of them are out. Not only that, the carrying ability is sort of bugged right now. It's supposed to reduce. I'll just go ahead and show it. It's supposed to reduce your chi abilities, like the cost of your chi abilities, but it doesn't do that. So now as for talents, because of the baseline stuff, there's really only one change that I could see, and it's adding the Dance of Chi-Ji, which was previously a um, Azerite armor trait, and it just added it in that same row that Zuin was in. So currently, it does a lot of damage. I think it works the same way as the Dance of Chi-Ji on live, but I don't know. Um, Actually, looking at it again, it looks like it's a little bit different. This is 200% extra damage. So all I know is on alpha, this is actually really strong. And it'll probably get nerfed. It's actually you actually want to use it when it procs, even in single target. It does a lot of damage. Now I haven't tested to see if hit combo is better or rushing Jade Wind, but overall, like this is just really strong. And even in BFA, this was a really good AOE choice. So I like that as a talent choice, and I think it works fine as a talent choice. Um, the rest of the talents seem to be normal. The only thing is I think that Whirling Dragon Punch, Hit Combo, and Fist of the White Tiger should be baseline. Because these are, and this is just how the spec feels. Fist of the White Tiger was the Legion artifact ability, and it's fun. It was changed a little bit, but it's a nice skill. And Whirling Dragon Punch is also really nice. These are talents that I always pick, and it also kind of reduces your. These are two new abilities in your rotation. So if you take those out, that's two abilities that you lose, regardless of how strong it is. So I wish those two were baseline. And hit combo. Hit combo is cool. The effect is cool. I don't have any problem with hit combo as a talent. Here's the problem. It's every successful strike triggers combo strike that triggers combo strikes grants you increased damage. That's great. Combo strikes though is our mastery. I'll just go over to it real quick. So basically, all this talent is doing is it's giving you a stacking 1% damage bonus for playing the monk the way you're supposed to play it. If you're the mastery makes it so that it increases your damage when you don't repeat an ability. All it's doing is giving you an extra 6% increased damage. That's not really exciting. That's not any monk that's actually playing the monk the way it's supposed to be played is going to be doing this anyway. So even if it is a strong talent, it's not particularly exciting, and I feel like they can take that out and just make it baseline. Either that or change the mastery of the monk so that there's a more impactful choice on this tier. Because right now it's like, I mean, you might take it, but it's not that exciting. But for the most part, oh, and in Fist of the White Tiger, it would be cool to have that baseline because it was a Legion artifact ability, and it also could make this row more interesting. Like I like Monk, I really do. If you liked Monk and BFA, the current class changes aren't going to make it really any different. You know, having Touch of Death being different is it could make or break it, but I highly doubt most Monk players are going to just not want to play Monk just because Touch of Death was changed. It seems because with the changes, if you liked Monk and BFA, you're most likely going to like it even more in Shadowlands, because we also are, again, the Covenant abilities. I don't know much about how the soul binds work, and then of course legendaries. It's gonna be better, I think, if you liked Monk at all, or even if you may not was kind of iffy. I do think that Shadowlands is making the Monk better. I just still wish that there were more interesting talents on these three roles. I do like Chance of Chi-Ji there, but again, hit combo could be another impactful talent. Whirling Dragon Punch. I actually really like Serenity but I'm always going to use Whirling Dragon Punch. And I don't even know if Serenity is better than Storm Earth Fire, but it is kind of a cool talent. So I would just like to be able to make some cooler things to make Monk even better, but it still plays pretty well as it is. But anyway, that's all for the skill changes and the talent changes. And the beginning of the video I showed some of the combat, and yeah, it works pretty well. It's if you like it, um, you're gonna like it even more. I definitely still, Monk has always been a favorite of mine. I just love the movement abilities, the utility that they have, the combos, everything about it. Monk is always going to be one of my favorite classes unless they just completely change it somehow. And it definitely is a, you know, contender for a main for Shadowlands. But that's all for this video. If you liked the video, please give a like, subscribe. I'm very fortunate to be able to be in alpha and test these things out for everybody, especially as a monk main who, there's not a lot of people play monk, but there will be more videos. I can't wait to get into Torghast, but as always, thanks for watching.